What's going on, Vigo's Court? Yeah, and we're back with another Road to the Final Verdict, and I'm your judge, Judge Vader, and I'm joined by Counselor Shep.
Good evening, guys. How are we doing today?
Ooh, I think that after the last match we just had, that was a slugfest. Like, my lord. And by slugfest, I don't mean people lying on the ground. I mean it was back and forth, super close between Monarchy and between Death Wish. I think I'm ready for Remedy and Demise to be more of the same.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of like really exciting games to look forward to. I feel like I wasn't there because it was like 3 in the morning, but I heard the Monarchy Deathwish game was intense, so I'm expecting much of the same from Remedy and Demise today, because Demise has been a force to be reckoned with this entire season, and Remedy, although they're newcomers to Vigos, and they came in a little late, they have definitely proven that they are not to be underestimated.
I think that that's fair, as well as they do have some familiar faces to Vigos on their team. I mean, Jazzy currently is with Remedy, so right?
Look, I don't know anyone.
Well, I mean, that's definitely a familiar face, and as we know, Jazzy tends to like to play Blight and Nurse, and likes to play those S tiers. So definitely versus Demise. As long as Remedy has those available, I think it would be a fair bet to say that we'll be seeing that today.
I think that's probably like fair to assume.
Well, let me see. I think
I'm gonna try to pull up the
yeah, I'm pulling up the same thing. Yep, try to get the killer list. See who they have available, so hold on. It looks like Remedy has 1 use of Blight left, and Remedy is out of Nurse, so we won't see Nurse today. We could see Blight. We could also see Billy, Huntress, Legion. Like, Remedy has a lot of killers actually still on the table.
Yeah.
They don't have any Spirit.
Remedy picked up, I don't remember who they picked up for.
Sample text, I think.
I feel like they kind of came in with a lot already taken up, but who did Sample Text come in for? Because Sample Text was also a fill team.
Yeah, good question.
I don't remember. I don't remember if it was Corrupt or somebody else.
Oh, yeah, Corrupt.
Or if it was DKD. It might have been DKD that they came in for.
Yeah, Sample Text came in for DKD, and Remedy, I don't think came in. Did Remedy come in for Corrupt then?
No, Remedy came in for Sample Text.
They did?
I think Deathwish came in for Corrupt, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but yeah, I think so.
I feel like that's flipped only because, like, I know the background for DKD is what Death Wish uses currently, and I know we tend to like keep that background the same when we switch teams. So Death Wish actually did come in for DKD.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Remedy then probably did come in for Corrupt.
Came in for Sample Text, which was here for Corrupt, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they came in with a kind of, because I think, like, Corrupt came in and hit really heavy, like, they tried hitting really heavy their first couple games with their killer picks, so I feel like Remedy kind of inherited, like, a step behind.
They inherited, like, consumed killers, I believe. Like, I think Corrupt consumed Pig, like, pretty much immediately. Nurse is consumed. I think when Remedy got here, Nurse got consumed. But then Spirit, Trapper, Doctor, all consumed for Remedy.
Yeah. So they kind of came in a little bit at a disadvantage from everyone else, just because they had a lot of killer picks already consumed at that point. But I mean, there's a whole killer roster left. They've been doing pretty good with what they have, so all things considered, I think they're doing all right. But yeah, really excited to see what they bring out today. What map are we going to be on, Vader?
The map we're going to today is none other than the Blood Lodge. Auto Haven Wreckers, and honestly, pretty good sized map. I love this map for comp, honestly. You can see a lot of good killers here. Range killers can actually make pretty good use of that mid section, so should be interesting to see what we get in terms of killer choices here.
Absolutely. We saw a rather incredible performance with a Deathslinger yesterday, and I think if somebody is strong in that killer, we could see another really incredible performance of that today. Huntress, if someone has a Huntress use left. And yeah, there's a lot of good options for this map. I feel like you've got that middle zone is really interesting because you have Shack on one side and the Blood Lodge and those wings of like the jungle gyms on the other. And then the middle is just all low obstacles. So like
usually there's a hill there too.
Oh yeah, there's a hill somewhere. Yeah, I feel like Plague would also be like a fun option on here because she can just kind of vomit over all the obstacles in the middle. So if she catches you out in that middle area, there's not a lot you can do, except for maybe duck.
As we talked about Jazzy possibly bringing Blight here, I don't think this is the best Blight map though.
We have seen, however, Jazzy use Blight here before, I'm pretty sure.
That is fair. I don't know about it being the best call on this map, but if I remember properly, Jazzy actually did pretty okay as Blight on this map last time.
Some Moon Blight going on, or at least very much attempted it.
I'm still trying to get an invite from our killer as well. I'm having a little bit of issue.
Oh, they're not at ooh. Let me see what's going on there. With only a couple games left in the season before we hit like postseason and stuff, I don't know if they want to save Blight for anything else. I don't know what their record or what their schedule looks like for the rest of the season though. Let me see. Who do they play this week or this season?
Sorry, I was getting into the lobby there. Repeat for me, please.
No, I'm just checking. I'm checking what Remedy has left for their season. So after this game, they play We Overslept and Wrecking Crew.
Yes.
So and those are away games. I don't know if those maps are better for Blight. I don't know what their maps are.
Suffa Pit for We Overslept, and then Wrecking Crew. I believe it's one of the Coldwind Farm maps, I think.
Let me check. I think I can check that. Oh, it's Groaning Storehouse.
Groaning. Okay.
I don't think, is Groaning a good Blight map?
It's okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's okay, but that like main building is probably a little difficult.
I'd say Suffa Pit would be kind of fun to see him run around like the mid section, just get from end to end and kind of pressure, or just pressure the one side, but then main building becomes a little bit more of a issue potentially. But yeah, honestly, there are some better options maybe for some Blight play. Yeah,
I feel like Blood Lodge might be probably the best option of the three maps that Remedy has left to play on, maybe. Like, not the best option, obviously, but there are definitely better options on those other maps for them to bring.
For sure. All right, and so we do have all of our survivors confirmed, as well as we have all of our killer confirming. So we are just about ready to hop into this match. So I want a final call. Who do you think we see right here?
It's Demise killing first?
Mm-hmm. It's
okay,
Ultra.
so this is always a hard one. It's always a hard one when it's Ultra, because I'm like, Ultra could pull out literally anything. I've seen this man pull out a ghost face.
I mean, and 4K with it, like...
And 4K with it. So, like, Ultra, I'm like, look, he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do, and I'm just here for the ride. Like, I'm just here to see what happens. So, I don't like to guess. But
I want to know though.
yeah. Uh. Ghostface.
Ghostface
No.
right here, right now.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me give me. Actually, Demise still has uses of light left. Actually, I'm gonna go Doctor. They haven't used Doctor yet. I'm gonna go Doctor.
Doctor. I'm gonna go with Plague because I actually really like your call of Plague.
Okay, Plague.
So yeah, that's gonna be my call. But we do see all of the offerings we are supposed to see, so let's review them. Killer rules. Of course, what Ultra is trying to do here is get as many hooks as possible because those hooks are how we score points here. Definitely progressions are worth 1 point less. That way you're not inclined to just camp, right? You lose out on potential points. But if you do get a 7th and 8th progression, you will get 1 point each. That does prevent point starving. If you can get the 4K, that will give you 2 extra points as well. So definitely try to kill all the survivors. Don't leave any alive. If you do have an endgame collapse happen, that would be the corresponding hook plus the progressions. A bleed out equals 0 points. And that leaves us with 30 points available on the killer side. Let's go ahead and get right into this match.
Let's get straight into it. What are we looking at?
We're looking at a blight. We have a blight pretty immediately.
Well, they have all uses of light available to them still, so this isn't super surprising to me. Ultra zooming off into his corrupt zone, kind of looking around, seeing what he can find, and finding not a lot. He's going to go and check out what's going on the other side of Blood Lodge. We still haven't found anyone yet, which is interesting, but I'm sure it won't be long since we have this gen going and some scratch marks, and there is a survivor.
Yep, that indeed is Gamer Sharma, our Dwight, and I mean, did a pretty good job trying to stay immersed and not getting found, but unfortunately getting found.
Yeah, Ultra coming in with a nice little smack there, like straight off the bat. Hopefully, Gamer Sharma can stay on his feet long enough, and we get, a nice stun, and almost a blind. Not quite, though. Doing a good job of buying some time for his team, but not quite able to make it over that pallet, so it looks like that will be our first down.
You know, there's a lot of really good flicks there.
Yeah, very clean technical play.
Yeah, that's definitely, we love seeing that. That was a very good play by our Blight here, showing off the skill that you have with Blight. That's a lot of practice it takes for that. Ooh, not getting collision on anything though. Unlucky.
Yeah, also is showing off that pop goes the weasel, so that generator will be progressing down 25% straight off the bat, and continuing on, we do see a really quick reset.
Yeah, very quick reset indeed. And we did see Jazzy also show themselves and then leave. Jazzy, as we know, a avid Blight player, and just kind of showing themselves and like, chase me. Blight saying, nope, I know who you are. I'm not chasing you yet. I'm not wasting any time here.
Ultra's like, nah, I see that, and we're gonna go over here. So picking up chase, we do see our first generator pop off in the distance. Corrupt intervention has fallen by this point, and it doesn't seem like, I can't really tell. I don't think we have deadlock. No, we do. There it is. Asking we shall receive. So we do have deadlock on the table, blocking that gen that we had kicked earlier, letting Ultra know actually that somebody's probably back over there working on that generator. But we do hit our Dwight once again, so it does look like Ultra's gonna focus on maybe getting somebody out early in the game.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Gamer Sharma, I think if they had taken that vault, then they actually would have survived a little bit longer, because Blight wouldn't have been able to confirm a hit, and would have been forced to. Wow, that was just crazy. The fact that they're able to get over there and break that pallet.
Just barely catching corners on obstacles to get the collision and bounce off into that pallet. I didn't think he was going to hit all of the walls, but here we are.
Yeah, right. Like, just cut off my sentence mid-sentence, because I'm just amazed at like some of those hits.
And it does look like we are going to try to pop this generator before they can pop it in his face, which with how far along it is, probably a good idea for Ultra to buy himself a little bit more time, but you have to imagine that there are 2 other survivors somewhere else on this map working on generators, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1 or even 2 more pop in the next couple of seconds here.
Well, because of the deadlock there that we're seeing, I think we only see 1 pop right now, but I don't think it'll be long before a second pops. May wait for that deadlock to fall and then pop another one.
It looks like Jazzy was still hanging out in this area, so, oh, no, but Ultra saw somebody else come in to try to get the unhook, so he's gonna cut that off instead, and at least take a health state for the trade. Oh, nope, that's still Jazzy. Somebody else.
Yeah, you gotta, oh my gosh, no collision at all. Blight gets cheated out of the collision.
Unfortunate. Yeah, those cars can be rather slippery, and it does look like Ultra, for missing all of that collision, will lose another generator.
Yeah, for sure. And you gotta hope somebody's here for a possible body block, and they're not.
Oof, unfortunate. Gamer Sharma does look like, unless there's a DS here, it does look like he will be out of the game.
Oh, you called it.
Slapped him with the D. I was assuming that that was the only reason there wasn't somebody else trying to help Sharma stay on his feet, and it is because of that decisive strike telling Blight to put him back down.
Yeah, he definitely decisively told him, put me down, sir. I need to keep running and give my teammates a little bit more time to finish these gens. Unfortunately, they will be tunneled out of the game, though.
Yeah, it was just a moment of time, and we do see another gen pop, but another one deadlock off in the distance. You can only assume that there's a lot of progress on it because Sharma took Blight all the way away from this side of the map, allowing his teammates to try to get this gen that Ultra has just been abusing finish. With how far along that one was, you have to assume the deadlock gen is probably really close to finish as well. So
yeah,
Ultra's gonna be looking to get another, probably another couple hook states going here before that gen can pop.
I mean, I think that they may only be able to get 1, and that's kind of my my worry. I also will note that the survivors actually know this Blight's entire build, seeing Deadlock, Thana, Pop Goes the Weasel, and of course Corrupt at the beginning. An adrenaline play comes in from Alexi. Oh man, crazy.
Adrenaline coming in clutch there, allowing Lexi to continue this chase without much fear, but it does look like Ultra will instead go and check on his doors, where we do find a Jazzy trying to get them open.
Oh man, and Jazzy really is going through, just trying to waste as much time as possible. Gonna sit up top, make sure that Blight is having to come all the way up. Oh, jumping and having Dead Hard though. Dead Hard for distance.
Yep, Dead Hard to get to this pallet and try to keep Blight preoccupied around this, but unfortunately he's able to catch Jazzy trying to get over that vault. And it does look like his teammates will be forced out, leaving Ultra to get a first hook and progressions on Jazzy.
Yeah, and just I have a hunch. I have a hunch that Jazzy was hoping that one of those teammates did not get pushed out in the fashion that they did, because I am willing to bet that there was probably a deliverance still in play from Jazzy. Jazzy was the only one we saw the unhook from.
Yeah, we hadn't seen it yet. I wouldn't have been surprised if Jazzy had deliverance. Unfortunately, his teammates weren't able to hang in there long enough for Jazzy to have that chance to deliverance off the hook. Did he have it?
No, Gamer Sharma did.
Oh.
That's even worse.
Oh no!
No opportunity because, yeah.
That's so unfortunate. All right, so I mean, it makes sense that Sharma had the decisive strike, though, if he was the deliverance.
For sure. That's
really unfortunate for them.
One thing I will note there is that we actually don't see anyone there with an unbreakable, so that wasn't on the table. Even if everybody had been slugged, there would have been no opportunity for anybody to get up.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really interesting choice to make, because I know general consensus is the two perks that everyone will run are Decisive Strike and Unbreakable. So, probably interesting. Remedy probably thinking that Demise isn't going to slug much, because I don't think we've seen it from them too much before.
Yeah.
I remember if we've seen them slug very much before, actually. I'm like, I don't actually know about that one. Never mind. Yeah, very interesting to see.
Let me
I'm trying to think now. I'm like, wait. Anyway, very interesting to see that somebody didn't bring Unbreakable.
It looks like I'm seeing some conversation happen in the chat between the two teams, trying to see what's going on. So we're actually going to go to a BRB real quick while we figure something out, and I will let you know more soon as we know. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We were taking a we were taking a look because it looked like we actually had a we had a issue with a survivor had crossplay turned off, and it actually forced our lobby off of the killer dedicated lobby where like the killer's running the lobby. Killer's on our killer in this case was NA West, but it forced them onto a NA East server because crossplay was turned off. So that prompted our killer to go ahead and ask at the beginning of the game, like before the match had really progressed anywhere, asked the ref like to investigate and see if they could get a restart early, and we said, hey, go ahead and continue playing through while we investigate it, and through deliberation we have decided we are going to restart the game and replay that match. It looks like there's still a little bit of conversation going on just because Remedy does have a time crunch, so they're talking about possibly having a just a penalty be applied to Remedy. Remedy's asking if they can have a penalty applied to themselves instead of replaying that match. So they're talking about that right now, and we'll find out here very shortly what is decided by the two teams. The two teams are kind of discussing, and I'm waiting to hear agreement between the two teams on what's going on there.
Does look like we are going to be, instead of restarting the game, both teams have agreed to a point dock for Remedy for a violation of rules. So I mean, yeah, I think that falls under I mean, both teams have agreed to it. So we will continue on moving into the Remedy killer rounds and the Demise survivor rounds.
Yeah, and it sounds like I'm still watching the chat. Sorry, but it's looking like they're let's see, they're still talking about it. It looks like it might be a 5-point penalty to Remedy. The teams were talking about it a little bit more. And it sounds like they are going to take a 5-point penalty, no replay. So we keep the score from that trial, give them a 5-point penalty, and continue on with the entire match. That's what I know so far. I know that our it looks like our ref is still talking to the two teams. I'm trying to keep you chat updated on what's going on as we're figuring it all out. But here soon we should have probably, yes, okay, we have final confirmation there. Awesome. So we'll probably have an invite, I expect to be from Jazzy, and we'll find out who's killing. I expect it to be Jazzy, like I said, but maybe not. Maybe somebody else kills. I'll wait for the invite. But do you think we see Blight for Blight here? I expect Blight for Blight.
You know, I have a feeling we might see Blight for Blight just because if it is Jazzy killing, Jazzy is well known for their skill with S-tier killers. I think that's all that's really left, right? Blight and maybe Spirit.
Yes, and we do have Jazzy as the killer. So 100%, we're going to go ahead and invite our survivors here, which I'm looking for Super Aaron Nova, maybe? Not finding any of them. I found Q-Top the monster. Maybe Q-Top can invite the rest of Demise. Went ahead and invited Q-Top there. We'll see if we get our survivors in here shortly. But yeah, I fully actually expect to see a Blight for Blight.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we saw here. Again, we've seen Jazzy play Blight, I think, on this map before. So if there is still a use of Blight available, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what came out here.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised, and I will say I see that one guy D saying a Blight for Legion bet in the chat. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. I'm taking a look at the cuties in chat, and of course I do see I see a cup of JoJo in there. I see Justin in there. I see Clover, Alex in there, Intimidator, Cookie. I see a bunch of cuties in the chat. Gamer Sharma. We love that. Love that.
Got everyone.
So for sure, we're all having fun, and of course, the players are getting set for this next match. I know that we're trying to get this underway. That way, Remedy can make the other games they have for today. They've had a busy day today, and it doesn't end with this game. They have another game right after our game. So, whew. What it is to be a comp player, right?
Yeah, definitely gonna try to keep that ball rolling. I feel like a lot of. I feel like I never hear any comp team be like, yeah, we just got one thing this weekend. It's always like, oh yeah, we've got this on this day and these on this day. And like, I think we're doing this other thing on Monday too. So that'll be fun. I'm like, y'all, like, breathe. Come on.
Yeah, honestly, like, I know the team I'm a part of, we got, we do 2 different leagues, and a lot of times we have a game on Saturday and a game on Sunday. And when we're practicing during the week and stuff, I'm like, yo, even this feels like a lot, right?
Excuse me for a moment.
All right, sounds good. But yeah, for sure, we've got lots of teams that participate in many tournaments, so should be a very interesting to I'm sure it's very interesting to be a part of. I know for We Overslept, I can't. I don't think that we could handle 3 different tourneys or something like that all at the same time.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. We are waiting for final confirmation from our ref that everything is all set. I did get confirmation from Remedy that they are ready, but I haven't heard confirmation from our survivors that they are set yet. So still waiting. But I know there's a name in the survivor lineup that Shep, you'll like watching and casting this one. We have Q-Top surviving.
Oh boy. I'm gonna roast this man. I'm just kidding.
Love it.
No,
love
I do enjoy watching Q-Top play though. He did play for my team very, very shortly there. And I really enjoyed having him around. He's got really great energy, so I'm excited to see him play.
For sure. Yeah, I also am excited. There's honestly a very, very good level of skill amongst that survivor crew, and with Q-Top in there, you know that they're gonna play well together. So
Absolutely.
they're all friends. They've played together for a while. I was really excited to hear that they're actually going to continue playing under the Demise name. And I think that's right. I heard about it, so I think that's right. But yeah,
I think we will just have to see what next season or what happens after season.
that's true. Honestly, they could say it right now, but as we know, things change day to day.
Very quickly, like the wind. Things change like the wind.
You're telling me. All right, let's review how survivors score points, though. All right, so of course our survivors are trying to finish those gens, but the reason they're really trying to get those gens done is so they can get those juicy escape points, because those escape points, especially the third and fourth escape, total up to 10 points of the 26 point total that survivors can score. Of course, if you do have 2 or more hook stages remaining, then you can get a bonus point for each survivor that escapes with that condition. And that's how you get to that 26 points available. Definitely the gens only equate to 9 points of the 26 points. So make sure that you can escape. Share those hook states. Use exclamation point rules in the chat if you want to know more, but we're getting into this match. And I did not call this.
Wow, this is interesting. We are going to see Jazzy pulling out the Oni today. Starting out, I was like, are we doing the what is it? The
AFK Oni?
Ostarva challenge? Yeah, the Ostarva AFK challenge.
Maybe.
But no. Jazzy starting out and actually finding someone pretty early on, but I don't know if Jazzy saw them or if he did, they're running to the corrupt zone, so he's not really worried about it. But we do see some birds flying off behind where we were and some scratch marks. So Jazzy is instead going to respond to that and take chase in the uncorrupt zone.
Yeah, that's definitely smart. I think the other thing is Jazzy knows that they were running towards the very resource heavy zone. Just what? Maybe Jazzy is okay.
Yep, Jazzy's trying to get play with your food stacks.
I see. I was wondering. I was like, what are you doing? Did you hear something with your special headphones?
Nope. Jazzy is trying to get those juicy play with your food stacks. We now have 2. So that's I saw the thing pop up on the side and I was like, what is Jazzy doing? The only reason I recognized it because I saw the icon pop up once they got the first stack. But Jazzy, interestingly enough, going ahead and taking chase and trying to get the down on their obsession.
Yeah, and for sure our survivors are doing a good job right now of just keeping chase right here, and of course power is probably going to happen here soon, but I think if you're Demise, you're okay with that, especially as he didn't get hit there. I love that macro though. The clicky of the macro always make me happy.
So cute. And we will see Jazzy farming all of those blood orbs off of there and then switching off from our survivor there, picking up chase with Q-Top with his power as 2 generators pop. I was gonna say as 1 gen pops, but a second one popped right as I was about to say it, so very quick on those gens.
Oh, for sure. And we are seeing, of course, our Nancy doing a really good job of running these tight corners here and making sure they're not going down, avoiding yet another hit. This is really good survivor gameplay, just making sure Oni's not getting any pressure out of this power. We're over halfway through our power here and still don't have a down.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see Q-Top playing this very patiently around these loops, not really letting the Oni catch him out of position. This L wall, ooh, that's a really nice flick around that. But unfortunately, Jazzy has spent entirely too much time on this chase because we see a 3rd generator pop and still no downs even.
Yeah, I do want to see our Nia go ahead and reset though, because of course that entire time when Oni was in power, you're not dropping blood orbs, but we're out of power now. You're dropping orbs again.
They are definitely just feeding Jazzy their power with all of those blood orbs that they are shedding, running across the map.
For sure. Hopefully our survivors go ahead and can just get away here.
Trying to see what's going on here, if Jazzy's going to keep up with this chase or if he's going to respond to this generator right next to him that is, as Q likes to say, knocking like a Ford in December. It does look like
Oh,
he will go ahead and pay attention to it, taking chase with the survivor over here with his power. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Sleepy J coming around the corner right into Oni's face and taking the Kanabo straight to the forehead.
oh yeah, and for sure we do have, of course, our other injured survivor here trying to go ahead and take those good little corners there and trying to do as well as possible to not go down. Hopefully Sleepy J has adrenaline, and hopefully they can just finish the last gen here soon and get him picked up. Or
There goes. Yeah, there goes that final gen. Unfortunately, no adrenaline, but it does look like Sleepy J will be getting picked up by his teammates. Unfortunate for Jazzy. I feel like he maybe should have gone ahead and taken the hook while he had Sleepy J on the ground.
I would agree, but do you see what I see? I see a haste effect.
I do see a haste effect that Oni is fast as fuck boy as he goes on and chases these survivors with a no one escapes death active. Interesting to see him go after the injured survivors with it up.
Yeah, and I think the survivors are going to go ahead and just get out of dodge, of course, with their with just leaving only 3 hook states for our Jazzy here. Oh, that's it. That's all you get, Jazzy, is 3 hook states with the Oni.
Definitely a very tough game. Jazzy was in chase almost that entire match, but the rest of Demise, whoever wasn't in chase, just slammed through those generators quicker than he could get the down.
For sure. I did hear though that we did actually see a 5-point penalty for to Demise because one of their players, yes, they were a player that was on roster DBDID matches, but the name was not correct. Therefore, it is a 5-point penalty.
Which is unfortunate, but it does bring, I guess, the scores to even, or evenly to what they would have been, since Remedy also took a 5-point penalty for the issues we were having with our lobby earlier.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. And I mean, after that trial they just had, we do see that is the updated score, 14-26.
That's the updated score? Oh, that makes sense. I'm very bad at math, like historically.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So I'm wondering if we're gonna stay in the same lobby, but right now it's looking like our survivors have the same names that they just came out of the trial with. So if it
will take a moment for the name to reset. So unless I believe if
I think they
Aaron
have to leave the lobby and then come back.
Or when they load, I think when they load into the next game, it should change over.
Yeah. And I am seeing the question in chat from Kernan, their name can't be trash can without a penalty. Well, that's not quite what it is, but we need their name to match what it is on roster in order for us to be able to have them play. And part of that's for scorecard reasons, but the other part's to make sure that the right person is playing in the matches, make sure that they're on roster, things like that. So there are multiple reasons for it, and that is why it's in the rules. All the players signed up knowing these rules before joining the league, so it was definitely very well known.
And speaking of rules, that's actually what we're going to talk about next, so you can kind of get a little bit more insight on that question.
For sure, builds and ban rules. So for sure, you can bring yellow items and add-ons. You can bring only one of each perk and item, with the exception of BT. You can bring 2 of those. But we do have banned perks within Vigo's Court. Those include Haunted Ground, Lethal Pursuer, Built to Last, Prove Thyself, Starstruck, Boons, Clairvoyance, and I gotta stop right there, unfortunately, because we're loading into this match. But type ! rules in chat if you want to know more. And we do have our Jazzy Blight coming out to kill.
Jazzy coming out with the blight himself. We do see some scratch marks pretty much right off the bat. So Jazzy very quickly finding someone to pick up chase with. Not quite. Oh, there we go. I was like, gonna say not quite seeing them just yet fully, but we do see those scratch marks. So we are gonna pick up chase with, I believe that's Q-Top, around this shack area in our corrupted zone, which is kind of where you want to be seeing your first down. That shack got like immediately gone too.
Yeah, and we do see the updated name for Super Aaron Nova there, which is good. Now that it matches what's on the roster, they won't have to take another penalty, which is good.
And Jazzy continuing chase with a Q-Top here, getting the down by Funbus, which ensures that Jazzy can have a nice little hook right in the front of his corrupt zone, which is going to force one of the other survivors from Demise to come all the way back here where they can't really do much work to get the unhook. However, we do see a lot of progress on this generator here, but we will be chasing Aaron off of that gen before it can get completed.
Yeah, and take a look. We do see the down, of course, going on Super Aaron Nova. That gen was pretty progressed, though. I think that we do, of course, see the save on Q-Top. I would not be surprised if a gen pops here real soon.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if we don't see at least one gen going right about now, but Jazzy quick to find the other survivor on that secondary gen. And oof, running straight into his face is Ultra.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but it's all right. Ultra gonna dead hard to safety, but I think that this is gonna be it for them. Oh, you have a pallet to use.
The pallet is here, and Ultra very patiently waiting for Jazzy to come around and swing, buying his teammates enough time to finish that other generator as well as reset Q-Top.
Yeah, and we do know Deadlock has come into play here, but could be interesting to see that Deadlocked gen now is not affected by Ruin, so you know that the survivors could wait nearby and finish that one too.
Absolutely. And we do see also, I don't know if you mentioned the Deadlock that we see off in the distance, but Deadlock is also letting Jazzy know that is still our most progressed generator.
For sure, and we do have Ruin, of course, and yeah, definitely that is what I was pointing out, that the Deadlock gen is not going to be regressing as a result of Ruin because of the entity protecting it.
Yeah, Deadlock is definitely like a double-edged sword here. And Jazzy, actually, speaking of that Ruin, able to get the hook right next to it. I'm surprised that he's kind of leaving this area, considering he could protect that, but I'm sure he doesn't want to give the survivors too much time to get too much done on those generators.
I think this is actually a strategic move. You go ahead and you hook the survivor looking at the Ruin. You hope that another survivor will go break the totem before possibly saving the survivor on hook, which if they were to do something like that, right, then that is just that much more time that they're not progressing a gen. And if you're Jazzy, you're taking that all day.
Absolutely. And it does look like Jazzy has a pretty tight 3-gen back here, which, I mean, anything is really a 3-gen if you're Blight, but this is actually a really good 3-gen for him as well. He's got his Ruin back here. He's still got Ultra kind of trapped back in this corner. Maybe. Oh, I was gonna say, if Ultra is still here, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Ultra definitely there, but does Ultra have DS? No. Or at least didn't use it that time.
Or he missed.
Oh no, don't say that. Oh no.
I always think it's funny when someone misses a decisive strike. I'm sorry. But we do see Sleepy J trying to break up this 3-gen that we realized was back here. Unfortunately, he's going to take a nice little smack from Jazzy. I don't think giving Jazzy another hook in this area would be smart, so Sleepy J will just take off. Ultra is still kind of hanging out on the hook, staring at this Ruin in his face, but that's not really stopping the rest of Demise from getting generators done.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say this is a lot of pressure from the survivors because you only have 1 gen left.
We do see Aaron coming in to at least trade with Ultra, getting him back on his feet and giving him the chance to run off. Of course, Jazzy's still going to hook Ultra, staring at that ruin with it in his face.
Yeah, Jazzy's doing a really good job of pressuring these survivors, but at the same time, the survivors just know exactly where to be. Yeah, they 3-gemmed themselves, but I mean, Jazzy's not going into the shack right now, and by not going into the shack, I mean, you're, oh, what's, oh, no.
It looks like Aaron will go back down, but that does give his teammates a chance to get that ruin off of the table, and it was Aaron with the decisive strike. And I see you, Gum, saying that I missed DS. I have 300 ping. I've got an excuse.
I'm kind of shocked, actually. Like, I was left speechless, honestly, after that the decisive. I did not call that that's where decisive was. Now, real question, is Aaron our adrenaline, or is Ultra the adrenaline?
You know, I think it's safe to guess that it might be Ultra, seeing as he picked up Chase here, which means I'm assuming that the rest of Demise is really close to getting their last generator done.
Could be. We do see the body blocks, of course, coming in, and it's done. And the blind.
And the blind. Aaron coming in and saying, "Not today, my friend. We are going to keep Ultra going for just a little bit longer." Buying Q-Top and CBJ enough time to go ahead and try to get that last generator done. Jazzy realizing he's been out of his 3-gen for a little too long. He's going to go back and check out what's going on back here. And we do hear a lot of progress on that shack gen, but it is that gen that they were all being hooked by that actually gets finished.
Imagine the shack gen being left as a decoy, attracting Jazzy, because that's the concern. And that's amazing play. We don't see Ultra with a adrenaline, so Ultra's going down right here.
It does look like this will be the end for Ultra, unless Jazzy leaves him slugged while the rest of Demise goes and opens the door. Demise does know that there is no one escapes death on the table, but honestly, I think taking a 3 right here is not a bad place to be.
I don't think it is, for sure. Yep, and we do see them do exactly that. Take the 3, allow for the death hook to happen, and Jazzy, of course, coming in here, closing the hatch. But good play on both sides, but honestly, I think that's enough to really put it in comfortable range for Demise.
Yeah, Demise is going to take a considerable lead here. They're sitting in a rather nice spot going into their final survivor match. I'm trying to do math in my head. Remedy would need...
It's a 17-point difference.
Yeah, math is hard. Sorry, Remedy going into their... Demise going into their final killer match. So Remedy is going to need to deny a lot to the killer, who I'm going to assume is going to be Ultra for Demise, in going into this last game if they want a chance to still take this thing home.
It's going to be Midas, actually. I'm looking from an invite from Midas. And you know, everything that Midas touches turns to gold.
Oh.
So, I think Demise is trying to tell us right here, this is going to clinch the win. Let's touch this and turn it into a golden W. Let's see if it happens, though. Let's see if it happens.
I thought we were already in the lobby. Oops.
Definitely not. Not yet. Not yet. I'm looking for my invite, but I don't see it coming through yet. I do see... Wait, what is this? Ultra just invited me to a lobby, but...
They might be in Midas's
lobby.
Yeah, they might have set it up for me.
Yeah, they were. Look at that.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. Hey.
I see.
It makes sense.
So, knowing that Midas is going into our killer slot here, who do you think we see in our final round of the day?
Man, you just gotta clench like a 2K, right? Huntress or Slinger. That's what I want to see.
I would love
That's
to see
what I
a
want to
huntress
see.
or a slinger, absolutely. Um, Again, we saw some very impressive slinger gameplay yesterday, so I'm like, I kind of want more slinger, but huntress would also be, acceptable here.
I would love it. I would be all about it. Like, if I could have it right now, right here, right now, Midas, if you're listening, bring it on, bud. Bring it
That's
on.
a caster's curse. Ask and you shall receive.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it. Every once in a while, we get what we ask for, right? Other times we ask and, then we see riots in chat, right? Susie or Riot. So.
Look, I would love to see a Susie, but I don't think that's what we're going to get here.
Maybe. I see people asking and people saying yeehaw in the chat, and I like it. Although, interesting change of events just happened. Let's see. Looks like they are not playing the last match here. So, this will be the end of the match.
Unfortunately, it looks like Remedy has run out of time. They did have another tournament to go to. So it does look like Remedy will be forfeiting and the match will be won in Demise's favor.
Yeah, it will be Demise taking the win here, which, I mean, that's what they're wanting to do to keep, I think they have a #1 seed right now for the playoffs, right?
I do believe Demise is one of our top teams going to playoffs right now, so that is what they were hoping to see here. I'm sure we're all a little bummed that we can't see this final game. I'm sure it was going to be a really good one, but this is, I think, an outcome that Demise was hoping for, so this is good for them. Just unfortunate that we couldn't play that last game.
Yeah, for sure. But we will see, of course, interviewee coming into our interrogation room. Remedy, of course, having to try to get to their next game. So we will go ahead and play through, or we'll go ahead and get our interview going and get on to the next match here within Vigos.
Next match is going to be We Overslept versus Demise, I believe, actually.
Yeah, it is.
So we will see the sister team to Demise up next.
Yep, definitely close friends of Demise for sure, and I think that'll be a fun one. I know Demise has really shown to be very strong this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're another one of our top teams in the rankings, so it's going to be interesting to see who actually makes it to the finals. It could be possible. It could be Demise versus Demise. I think a lot needs to happen to get there. I don't think there's anyone guaranteed to be anywhere right now. But it could be interesting. Definitely
could be interesting. I think from what I'm hearing, the top 4 spots in the playoffs are already kind of locked in. Like they at least have their ticket punched to the playoffs. I think it's a battle of seeding now. But yeah, definitely we will be. I think we're gonna get a Midas in here soon. If not already. Doesn't look like Midas is here yet.
You see a Midas in the waiting room.
Oh, well, let's bring him in. Midas, how are we doing today?
Hey, it's been a while. How are y'all?
It has been a while. We're doing well. We're doing well. Like, you guys played pretty well. I was excited to see who you were going to play for that match, but unfortunately, never got to see who you were going to bring because of the forfeit in the last trial, of course.
Yeah, I only play one killer, and it's Spirit. So like, it was gonna be Spirit.
Dang.
I guess it was too spooky for them. They had to go.
Too scary.
Midas over here saying you're a one-trick pony. I don't believe that. Somehow, I think that you play other killers.
The only killer that I play with this group is Spirit, for sure.
Ah, I see. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, Midas, I feel like I've seen you play other killers though. So I think you can play other killers.
Yeah, I played killer a bit in Champions of the Fog last season for Travesty, but I generally avoid it when possible, except for Spirit. Spirit's the one killer that I enjoy playing in comp.
That's
understandable.
That's very fair.
Yeah, I was asking you. I was asking that hopefully you would play either Spirit or not Spirit, either Huntress or Deathslinger. That's what I wanted to see, but the Spirit would have been nice to see too. How do you feel about Spirit in her current state?
It's not too bad. It's a little hard on a map like Blood Lodge with yellow add-ons, but I would have made it work. The big thing is just not trying to phase from too far away on people. If you phase from too far away, you simply don't have enough time to try to mind game pallets and things like that, and you will just not be able to hit a phase. So you generally try to push people towards a pallet and then start your phase, and then you have the ability to mind game most people. Like, obviously you definitely miss sometimes, but for the most part you can land phases.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, that does make sense. I have seen a lot of survivors really try to mind game Spirit, especially with the directional phase. So I wanted to get a Spirit mains take on where the character is after some of those changes.
Yeah, she's still in a good spot. She's obviously definitely a little weaker because she now has counterplay, but it's a healthy change. Even as a Spirit main, I'd much rather people have counterplay against my killer than just be able to kill everyone because there's nothing they can do except for pray.
I feel like that makes it more exciting for you too. Like, it puts a little bit more thought into the game other than, well, I'm just going to go over here and they're not going to know, so...
Yeah, it definitely does. It makes it feel like you've actually earned something a majority of the time you phase, especially when you get a good mind game on someone.
So, looking at the rest of your guys' seasons, you guys have Arctic Wolves and Deadheads coming up next. How are you guys feeling about those last couple matches there?
We're feeling pretty good. We're obviously looking to go undefeated, and we've saved plenty of S tiers to end out the season here. I think we've saved so many now that we have no reason to play anything other than S tiers. So we'll definitely see some more S tiers out of us the next few weeks. And unless we feel like playing something else for some reason, which we've done a few times this season. But it should be a good ending to the season. We don't really have too much of a concern with anyone left. No disrespect to anyone, but we feel like we've gotten over the hump of the few really good teams we felt like we needed to beat to go undefeated. So we're excited to try to finish out the season.
What about Arctic Wolves, though? Because you have Arctic Wolves still coming up, and that's going to be the battle of unbeatens.
We're definitely looking to end their unbeaten streak. We would like to be the only team that goes undefeated, and we're pretty confident that we can. Arctic Wolves is good, but I think that we're better.
We do like the confidence, and I'm really excited to see that matchup now that you say that.
Yeah, I think that's next week, isn't it?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I want to hear it from you. I want to hear the declaration. I want you to declare to the whole court here today, everybody that's present. You've already taken your oath and everything, right? Like, you declare you'll be the last unbeaten team in Vigos.
Yes, we will be the last unbeaten team in Vigos.
Court, you heard it here first. First. That's the mic drop. That is the gauntlet thrown. That is all of it. Love to hear it.
So if you guys are looking for a powerhouse match that you should not miss, it is going to be Demise versus Arctic Wolves next week. Let's see if Midas and the rest of Demise can keep to their word.
Ooh, I think that's going to be a spicy game. I'm ready for that.
I think it's going to be a good one no matter what. Demise has yet to give us a bad game this season, so it's been a joy to watch you guys the entirety of the season, and I'm really excited to see your guys' last 2 games. I think you guys can do it. I got faith.
I appreciate it.
All right. Do you have any final things you want to say to the fans of Demise, fans of Ego's Court, or to your opponents?
Thank you guys for sticking with us, for all of our fans, and I just want to remind everyone that I was on Deity.
Nice. All right. And we will go ahead and we're going to adjourn the court for now, and we will be back at 9 Eastern. So, guys, we do see Demise convicted of murder here, and court's adjourned.
We'll see you guys later. Don't forget, come back here in like 2 hours for our last game of week 9. Week 10.
10.
Week 10. For our last game of week 10. I don't know what week we're in anymore. Anyway, for our last game of week 10, it is going to be Demise versus We Overslept. So make sure you guys don't miss it. Come watch at 9 p.m. EST.
The hour and 45-minute countdown starts now.